Hi guys, welcome to It's Terreana. Today I'm doing a makeup look. I'm going to start out with my brows and I'm pinning my hair back. And I'm going to go ahead and start filling in my brows with this ColourPop brow pencil. I'm outlining the top part of my brows as well as the bottom. And I'm just going through the brows with short hair-like strokes. And after I fill in the brows, then I'm going to take the other end, which is the spoolie, and I'm just going to soften up the brows and just kind of pull the color through the hairs of my brows. The shade that I'm using in this brow pencil is brown and black. And I just keep bringing that color through the brows until it looks good to me and it looks really nice and natural. I don't really overdraw my brows or anything like that. I just use my natural shape. Next, I'm taking another product from ColourPop and a MAC 242 brush. And I'm using the ColourPop concealer and I'm outlining my brows again, just underneath the brows as well as on top. And this just helps clean up the brows and it makes the brows look nice and neat. So if you haven't tweezed or waxed your brows in a while, this is a good way to cheat it. The concealer just makes the brows look really nice and clean as if you just got your brows done. And if you're a little heavy-handed on the brow pencil, this is a nice way to clean up any mistakes you might have made as well. Now I'm taking this Morphe E8 brush and I'm spraying it with a little bit of Fix Plus. I like using a damp brush to blend out my concealer because it just makes it a lot easier. I'm just going through and blending out all that concealer. This also helps prep the eye for the makeup look. Now I'm taking a clear brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really love this clear brow gel. It really helps set the brow and my brows don't move throughout the day, nor do they flake. It's even hot weather tested. Using that same concealer, now I'm taking this concealer and putting it all over my lid. And after that, I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out and then set my brows with a translucent powder. I have no idea what was in my eye, but I had to get that out. Taking that same Morphe brush, I'm just blending out the concealer here. You can use a brush or a makeup sponge, use whatever tool you would like. For those of you who have oily lids or pigmented lids, this technique really helps out with that as well. Now I'm taking the Sacha Buttercup powder and I'm setting my eyelids. This really helps to keep the eyeshadow fresh throughout the day and it also helps prevent creasing. Now I'm taking the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. Now I'm taking this Goss brush and I'm dipping into the color Eden. You can take any fluffy blending brush you may like. By using a fluffy brush and placing it in the crease, it helps to create a nice wash of color and it helps the other colors that sit on top to blend a whole lot better. This also helps to define the eye. So later you'll see that I'm going to use a short dense brush by MAC with the same color shade. And it looks a little bit different because that brush is used to pack on the color, while the other brush is used for a wash of color. And there I am packing on Eden with the MAC 239 brush. And I just keep on packing this color on the lid until it looks good to me. Now I'm taking the same MAC brush and dipping into the shade Amber, and I'm going to be placing this color on the outer corner portion of my eye. This helps to deepen the look and give it a slight smoky effect. Now I'm going for a slight cut crease in this look, but it's also going to be blended. And I keep packing on the color until it's as intense as I would like. And then I'm going to take the blending brush and go back and forth between the two shades Eden as well as Amber. And this is a way to blend the shades while also keeping the color intense. And I just keep on going back and forth. Now if you were just to place the color and then go back and forth between the color and blend in between, it wouldn't really look as blended and as seamless as it does. So this is a really nice technique that takes a little bit more time, but once you get the hang of it, it just works great. Now I'm taking a flat synthetic brush by ColourPop. Again, you could use any flat synthetic brush that you like or have. And I'm wetting this brush to intensify the next color. Now the next shade that I'm going to choose is Blood Moon. It's a metallic shade, and this is where I'm going to create or cut my crease. Again, this is more of a blended cut crease, not a full-on. And I'm just taking that brush and just really carving out the lid. By wetting the brush first, it really intensifies the shade, even though this color is already very pigmented. Now, the next shade that I'm choosing is Cosmo. It's a pressed glitter shade, so I'm using my fingers for this. If you want intense glitter payoff, I would suggest using a glitter glue. But I just wanted a little bit of sparkle for this look. Nothing too crazy. And I'm going back in with the same flat synthetic brush and kind of just carving out the areas that I may have missed and just cleaning up the look. I'm also going back in with the short dense brush and slightly blending the two shades together. Now I'm just cleaning up on the eye, and then I'm going to move on to the next eye. I'm going to speed this up because you guys have already seen the first eye. Now that that eye is done, I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. I'm using a Walmart makeup wipe for this, the purple packages. I don't know, whatever the brand is called. I think it's called Equate. Now I'm taking the Stila liner and I'm going to create a nice wing on the eye. Now I like to drag the liquid liner across the lash line in short strokes. And then once I get to the corner of my eye, the outer corner, I flick it out. I find this method is pretty easy. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara. This mascara is by MAC. Now for my falsies. I apply lash glue to the band of the lash and let it get tacky about 30 seconds, and then I apply it very close to the lash line, and then I press it down with the end of the tweezers. And my tweezers are very dull. Then I go back in and line the lash to hide the band. Now I'm prepping my face with a primer. This is by Guerlain. Now fanning it just to set that primer. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply foundation with my Tarte brush. This foundation is by Guerlain in shade 04W. I'm starting to get a tan, so I won't be in this shade very long. Now I'm just blending it out using a Real Technique sponge and applying my concealer. This is by Dior. Now I'm just going in and highlighting areas, and then I'll go back in and bronze up areas. And this is just to give my face back the dimension that is gone when you apply foundation. Granted, this is a very light foundation. It doesn't cover up every single blemish, but by adding highlight and bronzer or contour, it just gives the face more of a natural looking appearance. Not natural per se, because girl, I got a full face of makeup on. But it just gives my face, it just brings out my features. Now I'm just going in and setting everything. I'm using a Wayne Goss brush here, and before I use a EcoTool sponge. And I'm using my Sacha Buttercup powder. Now I'm lining my waterline with the Marc Jacobs black gel liner. And I'm going to smoke out the lower lash line with two Morphe brushes. The first one is a smaller brush to kind of push around the color as well as the gel liner. And the second one is to kind of blend out the shadow that I put on top. And the shadow is amber. Now going in with the same MAC mascara, and I'm coating the lower lash line. Or coating the lower lashes. Now to bronze my skin. Nothing too structured. Just using the Sun Trio all together and just adding a little bit of color where the sun would naturally kind of hit my skin. I'm making sure to blend everything out. Then I'm still blending and pressing the colors in. I used, again, the Real Technique sponge for that. Now I take the darker shade and add just a little bit of color to my nose. This helps to define the bridge of my nose a little bit. Again, nothing too crazy, nothing dark or super structured. I'm going to go back in and blend that as well. Now taking a Morphe brush, I'm going back in and blending everything. And now I'm buffing everything in with this Goss brush with some translucent powder. Now I'm going in and highlighting the areas that I kind of want to pop. And I go back and blend the highlighter in too, so I get a nice glow instead of just shiny highlight in these areas. Each time I use the sponge, it's damp as well. Now it's time for blush. I'm using a e.l.f. brush for this, and I'm using a Tarte blush in the shade Tipsy. These blushes are not very pigmented, but they're nice and matte, so you can build them up nicely. Now I'm gonna line my lips with this lip pencil by Jordana in the shade Chestnut. This is a great budget option. I'm just lining my lips. I'm following the natural shape of my lips, not overlining or anything like that. Then I'm kind of blending the liner on my lip. And then I'm going back in and intensifying the color. Kind of getting 90s vibe from this lip look. I'm using a liquid lipstick by Tarte. Then blending it down with a synthetic brush. Later I add gloss, but I don't have that clip to show you guys. But I was kind of feeling glossy lips that day. Who am I kidding? I'm always feeling glossy lips. I think I started glossy lips back in junior high school and I kind of never got out of it. I like matte lipstick and all that, but I love glossy lips. Now I am highlighting the inner corner of my eyes and pulling that color up into the inner portion of my eye. Now it's time to shake this thing. This setting spray is great, girl, but you really have to shake it. Now setting my makeup here. And that's about it. This is the look, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Please like this video, share it with your friends, follow me on all these social platforms. It's Terreana everywhere, and my website is terreana.com. Bye, guys.